Hi, hello friends, I'm Zach, and this is my third time for trying to record this because either my phones went off or I got lost, but this is my response to Rachel's video, defending Weeaboos, and this is just me making a few points, and this is just going to be an unscripted ramble of feelings, so this isn't going to be professional or on point. Even my headset makes me look dorky, so whatever. Okay, so first off, she's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a strong enthusiasm and mild obsession about another culture in the world and, you know, their qualities and being able to express them amongst yourself and feeling no shame for your love for said thing. But when she said that it's like, it's none of your business to how they feel, like, oh, they're annoying, and she points out that, well, annoying is not their problem, it's how you perceive it. But that's true, but there's still the fact that you have to be socially aware of your peers. That's not how social interactions work. You kind of have to give some and take some. You can't just expect everyone to put up with Nihon is so amazing, それはすごいだよ, and fucking whatever that is. You can't just expect people to put up with that, but then you do nothing in return for them. They're doing you the favor of putting up with said annoyance to them, but you won't do anything to make anything less annoying for them. Like, that's the point of peers and people connecting with each other. And also, when it comes to the fake Japanese, the thing is that most of this is coming from an ex-Weeaboo and somebody who's still encased around a lot of Weeaboos, is that they tend to take their fake Japanese very seriously. Now it comes to the point of like, oh, that is very kawaii. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it is a cultural shift. America's starting to take in that word as a whole, but that's kind of not, it's not that it's a bad example, it's just not a primary one, because a lot of Weeaboos will try to replace that and this, and they will attempt to actually make that as if it's like a legitimate phrasing and act like it's like they're serious about it. They're not like trying to be ironic or they think it's cool or funny. Like, they actually think that they're good at Japanese, and they feel a lot of the time they have to assert that point where they're like, yeah, I know Japanese because I know like 12 words and I know how to make up a sentence with English and Japanese. And it's like, it's all cool if it's fun in games, but usually it's not. It's not usually a game for them. It's usually like a very serious response, like a very serious way of them kind of indulging in this kind of I am so Japan mode. But Weeaboos kind of go beyond an extreme appreciation. Or like a cultural fusion where they kind of take in the culture. What they do is they deny their own culture and heritage a lot of the time, and then they'll just assume and act like Japanese culture is the ultimate omega, and anyone that thinks otherwise is wrong. And also, in terms of race, it's not that they think that Japanese is the best. Well, no, it is because they think Japanese is the best. And it's not just because they're fetishizing it or putting it on a pedestal. It's just that they are putting it on a pedestal. I cannot believe myself. They're putting it on this pedestal as if it is the best race, and it is actually hurting other people. Because a lot of people will bring up, like, oh, their Asian heritage, and there have been tons of accounts where people will literally be told that they're not Asian or like whatever, you're not important because they're not Japanese. I have Filipino, I have friends, I have like Singapore and Malaysian friends, I even have a couple Taiwanese friends that were totally disregarded in their entire culture or who they are as an individual as not really Asian because they're not Japanese or Korean. So it's just kind of, this isn't just a brush it off your shoulder, whatever, the Weeaboos. It's just like, it actually kind of hurts people. You can't just ignore you can't just always ignore people's blatant racial put-downs on you that, you know, the weeaboos don't seem to get through their head that aren't true. But so yeah, that's kind of my feelings on the matter, and I hope this doesn't come out too much of a jumbled mess, and Rachel, John, if you do watch this, I kind of appreciate it, but weeaboo behavior isn't always acceptable. You can't just let them go off and do what they want because, oh, they're appreciating Japan and other countries. They legitimately are offending people, not in a, oh my god, they're grading the Japanese language. No, they're like legitimately putting down other people for their existence, for their culture and their heritage, and believing that a culture that they're not a part of is their own. You say that it's none of our business because we're not Japanese to be offended, but it is kind of our business to be offended when they're pushing that view on us with no real warrant to it, because a lot of times they'll bring it up on their own for no good reason, and I used to be part of anime clubs, so I know a lot about the weeaboos, okay? I used to be a vice president of an anime club for 2 years. A very tough time for me indeed. Alright, I know, yeah, this is a mess, but I appreciate the attention, and thank you for watching if you do. Alright, bye.